What?
The link that you tweet out, sometimes, the different languages. Sorry, sometimes my brain just goes and I, like, make leaps of logic that other people aren't following and I don't realize.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to MangaPod. We're a weekly podcast in which we all get together after we read all or part of a manga, and then we discuss it with friendship, love, and lots of spoilers. This week we read Doushitemo Furetakunai.
Yep. Killing it.
Doushitemo Furetakunai, or in English, no touching at all. We read all of it, so dramatic. We read all of it as well as the sequel, so we are going to be talking about that. I am Erin of Happily Erin, and with me are two of my three lovely co-hosts, as well as a very special guest. We will go in order and have our lovely co-host introduce herself last. Dodger?
Hi. Hi, everybody. I'm Dodger. I'm delighted to see all of the yaoi hand jokes in chat because I assume they will be happening. And yeah, we did Yuri Pod. Now it's time for Yaoi Pod, and it's gonna be good shit.
Mm-hmm. Lou out of all of us is the most excited.
Yeah, I can tell he's not super jazzed about this manga. And I think it'll be a good convo.
It will be a very, very good convo. My name is Lou from Lou Talks Anime. What up?
So I am Sarah, and I am also known as 42Believer, and thanks for having me on. I'm so excited to talk about yaoi.
I know, I'm so excited that you're here. When we were making the schedule, I was like, we should do a yaoi pod, and I know the perfect person. And I texted Sarah, and she's like, yes, I'm there. I'm so excited.
It's so true, though. I was like, please let me do this. I know you're asking me, please let me do it.
You're like, yeah. Awesome. We're so excited to have you here. It's going to be a great discussion because we got varying viewpoints. I asked Yoku to message me. His internet is out, by the way. He was really sad about it. I told him to message me his feels, but he did not. So I don't know what his feels are.
Yoku, come on.
Because I don't know what his feels are, I'm going to tell you what his feels are. In my opinion, his feels are that this is the best manga he's ever read. And he wants to buy all of it and purchase it. And
basically going to be exclusively reading yaoi for the rest of his life because no other form of media content will ever compare.
He's going to buy the manga and make photocopies of every single page and hang them all over his room. That's
instead of Yu Yu Hakusho, it's going to be Yaoi Hakusho from now
Yaoi Rama.
Oh my god.
Hella. I'm all about that.
That would be a great background, by the way. Like, that would be such an amazing game of hide and seek to just, like, make your entire background a collage of random
yaoi love scenes.
Yaoi pages, yeah. And people would be watching your videos and then be like, wait, hold up. What is in the background there?
I should subtly, one day just change the MangaPod overlay to, different Yuri and yaoi scenes. Just be like...
There's just dicks everywhere. People are like, something's different.
Wait a minute.
There are, far too many ding-dongs back there, I'm sure of it.
It's like, that didn't used to be there, did it? And then everybody has to go back and rewatch every MangaPod to see if there have been dicks there. Mm-hmm. So, yes, if you can't tell, we read yaoi this week. And... so just a warning, what we read is rated R if you decide to go and check it out, because if you never joined us for MangaPod before, what we like to do is give you a short spoiler-free description, aka summary, which will be read by Sarah, 42Believer, and then after we do that, we'll give you our spoiler-free recommendations, whether we think you should spend time going to read this manga or not. That way you can take your leave. If it sounds interesting, you can take your leave and go read it, and then come back and watch the VOD of this on youtube.com/happilyerin, where all the previous manga pods are stored, hosted. We do ask that you do not spoil anything from the manga until we get to the spoilers section. After that, we read the entire thing as well as the sequel, so you'll be able to spoil it because there's nothing you can spoil for us. So yeah, there you go. But if until then, don't spoil any of the dicks. You'll be timed out. Warning, timed out, banned. Don't get banned for dicks, okay?
Yeah. That would be a bad thing to get banned.
To be fair, we didn't see any dicks in this.
No.
I would just like to establish for everybody who's like, I don't know whether or not I should read this. No. It is rated R for sure, but there are no ding dongs in this.
It's like a R-rated movie. It's pretty tame. But description.
Okay, so oh shit, did I click out of it? I clicked out of it. Damn it! I'm so sorry. I'm such an idiot. I had it all up and everything. I don't know why I clicked.
You were thinking about the non-existent penises. No spoiled dicks in chat.
I have it. 1 sec. All right, it's loading. Okay. Okay. Reading. On his very first day at a brand new job, Shy Shima is trapped in the elevator with a hungover mess of a guy who turns out to be his boss. Togawa's prickly exterior definitely puts the rookie recruit on edge, but it doesn't take long before Shima's every waking thought is invaded by his overbearing yet totally thoughtful superior. Will Shima put aside a history of disappointment in order to take a chance on a complicated relationship? No touching at all breaks every rule in the office handbook in the name of mixed signals, shared memories, and the sweet surrender of an after-hour liaison. Shima and Togawa butt heads both at work and in the bedroom, but their inexplicable chemistry is far too intense to ignore. Don't laugh! You had me read it. Did you not read what the description was?
No, I didn't read the second part last week. And so the butt heads part in the bedroom completely caught me off guard.
I just took a drink, guys. Come on.
Can these two men forget their painful pasts and move forward hand in hand? End description.
Oh, God.
You all right there?
That was so good.
Great.
Great.
I tried to read it as straight face as I could, but then you messed me up.
Sorry.
Oh, that was so good.
It was, yes.
I'm sorry I put you in that position.
It's okay.
Oh, man. All right. Spoiler-free description. Done. Spoiler-free recommendations. Who would like to go first?
That's a thing we do.
Yeah.
I was like, spoiler section? Oh.
You're just so excited.
I was really excited to talk about the lack of ding-dongs.
Oh, no. 0 dicks out of 0?
0 dicks out of 0.
Give me
I can go first
Hit
since I'm already interrupting everybody. Okay, so I would just like to establish that before I just started reading this today because it was pretty short. I blasted through it. I knew that Aaron really liked it, and I knew that Lou really didn't like it. Sorry, Lou, spoiling that for everybody ahead of time. So I was like, there's a possibility that I'll hate this. I don't know. I've read some pretty bad yaoi in the past, so I'm not going to be reading this with rose-colored glasses.
Girl!
Go preach. But I wound up enjoying it. I thought that I had a good balance of makeouts versus story. I liked the art a lot. And again, it was really fast. I thought it blasted by. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought that it was good.
Well, since she's putting me on blast, I want to go next. All right. Any genre bias aside, I thought it was crap. Now, why did I think it was crap? I thought it was poorly written. I thought there was a bunch of pacing issues. I really just did not like the first half at all. Like, I just thought it wasn't really well done at all. I didn't like the art. I had a lot of problems with it, just from a technical standpoint. The second half of the story made up for it a lot, but I do not recommend it. There are better things to read, and I'm sure there are better yaoi to read.
Sarah's face.
I don't know. Luke, do you remember my list? Do you remember my list that I showed you last time after MangaPod? Of all that yaoi?
Mm-hmm.
I am the queen of yaoi. And I guess since I'm already segueing, I'll go with I thought of it. This is, in my opinion, one of the better yaois. Like, top 10 yaoi of all time. That
genre is totally fucked.
No!
This is the cream of the crop. And I love the art. I think it's very much different from the stereotypical kind of yaoi that you think of when you think about it. You think, yaoi hands and weird proportions. You don't get any of that in this manga. So that made me really, really happy. And I think it just takes a more serious tone to a lot of the tropes that yaoi butchers. So I like it.
Yeah, I agree with everything Dodger and Sarah said. But I love that you didn't like it because I'm excited to talk about it more. But I do recommend it. I think, like Sarah said, it's one of the way better yaoi that exists. There's none of the standard. Oh, Lou, I thought you were leaving.
He's just like, I'm done with
I thought about it.
I was like,
I'm
wow.
walking out.
There's no. One of the things, like, when you're genre with yaoi, a lot of the things when people think of is abusive relationships, in that there's
there
a
are
lot
lots
of
super creepy tropes, and
Yeah.
this didn't have them, and I was so
didn't
happy.
have them. It was a very, not just in turn, like, not just for a yaoi, but for a love story, and for me, it felt much more adult than a lot of things that I have read. And because of that, I really liked it, and I liked the length of it. I thought it was a very complete story. It didn't feel like it was being dragged on for me, and I just really enjoyed the relationships between both couples, and I liked that both of them were very different from one another. So yeah, I recommend both this and the sequel. So that's my opinion. So let's jump into spoiler section, shall we?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yaoi is God.
Yaoi. All yaoi.
Oh, yaoi.
Great. Good. Excellent.
Just get that off your
Just
chest.
brush that off. Let's start with the question we usually start with. What were your expectations before reading this manga? Or if you've already read it, what were your expectations going back and reading it?
Who wants to start?
I can start.
Go for it.
The first time I read it, I had seen this had been recommended to me, and as I was like going into it, I was like, oh, it's gonna be the same old kind of yaoi. It's like, maybe it's a little bit of plot, some story, I don't know. But it felt very different from everything else that I had read, and I just immediately really liked the storyline. And I had a lot of feels the first time I read it, and I had a lot of feels the most recent time I read it. And I agree with Lou that the first time I read it, I didn't really enjoy a lot of the writing, but the more I went back and reread it, a lot of the dialogue and like some foreshadowing and stuff really stuck out to me a lot more. And so I felt like a lot more thought. The more I read it, the more I thought went into it, if that makes sense. And so I really liked it even more. I don't know how many times I've read this, but I liked it just as much now as I liked it the first time. So.
All right, I want to go next.
Do it.
Go
I
for it.
expected dicks. Lots and lots of dicks.
That's
Dicks
Lou's
everywhere.
real problem.
Dicks
That's
as
real
far as the eye can see.
Issue with it.
No,
Yeah, we-
see, you guys don't understand. When the idea of Yuri and Yaoi Pod came up during scheduling, I was like, no, if we're gonna do it, we're going balls deep. I wanted to go into the deep end of the pool right away.
And no,
I feel like I was cheated.
I agree on both our Yuri and our Yaoi, right? Like our
That's
Yuri
true.
was just like, we had like a little bit of leg schlicking and that was it. And then in Yaoi Pod, we had no dickles at all. And I was like, man, I feel like we could have gone more ham with this. Like, I feel like Kiss X Sis was worse than both of these in terms of
and
sexual...
That's true.
I specifically remember during that scheduling meeting bringing up the magical dick manga. That's the one I wanted. And I'm like,
Oh, Jinbutsu or something?
Shinsubu.
Yeah.
Jinbutsu.
Oh god, that one's so bad.
It's pretty bad, but pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's.
Lou.
It's like so.
Shooting.
It's so bad. It's funny though.
But on a serious note, I expected a romance story because I mean that's what I was told I was gonna get. I was gonna get something that was a little bit more grounded and just easier to transition into the genre, and just a genuine love story that, regardless of whatever the genre is, that's what I was expecting, and I didn't get that. My issues stem from a lot of things. Specifically in the first story, the fact that it kind of just ends with them starting their relationship and then turning into a long distance relationship and then just falling off a cliff and just casually being referenced later in the story in the second half.
Right.
Yeah.
Or did I
they're
miss
not
something?
But they're not the main characters of the second half, to be fair.
But
Yeah, it's a
still,
spin-off.
it doesn't feel like anything happened with their relationship. Like, it just felt like, okay, they had sex.
Mhm.
They finally confessed their feelings for each other, and then he moved, and then that guy never appeared. Where Ashima would occasionally come back, but I don't know. It just bothered me. Like, that story felt like it went nowhere.
Right.
You felt
Like-
like you were just getting the taste of like the beginning of their relationship.
Exactly.
instead of okay.
Interesting.
That's very yeah, because I feel like we got a huge chunk of their relationship in turn because like just seeing how they progressed from when they first met until like we saw them in the last chapter, even though like they were just technically like tight, like they had their title of boyfriend and boyfriend, but I really loved the point like watching their relationship evolve into that. That's something that I personally really like because I enjoyed seeing their chemistry change and their dynamic change. And like I said the first time reading it, I felt the writing was a little bit like didn't make it quite as clear, but the next time I read it, I thought that I was able to really see Togawa, that's his name, right?
I think so.
I've read it enough times that you think I'd remember. That like seeing it from Togawa's point of view a lot more than later times that I've read it. Because the first time I was always like, Shima's point of view, this is Shima's point of view. And then the more that I read it, I was like really understanding Togawa's feelings and seeing them evolve. I felt was like a very much more like vital part of the story.
Yeah, but speaking about Togawa, something that really bothered me is that they went out of their way to give him such a dramatic backstory, but it never really was resolved. Like, I don't feel like he grew at all during the story. Like, they gave us this dramatic backstory so we feel bad about him and to justify his behavior, but I feel like there was no character arc. Like, I don't feel like he changed throughout the course of that story. Like, I feel that if this would have been given more time and was fleshed out a little bit better, overall the story itself would have been better. But we didn't get that.
I felt like the character that we were given at the beginning was just sort of a person who's kind of carpe diem, right? Like he's just like, I'm gonna do what I want, whatever feels right. like I'll do my job. I'll, you know, that guy's cute. I'm not gay, but I'll bang him, whatever, right? Like just does whatever. Not in a way that's like careless of other people, but just like a very seize the day sort of personality. And we saw him become more grounded. I felt like the longer that we read, like he started to be like, oh, well, I actually care about this relationship. Like maybe I should put an effort into other areas of my life so that I can maintain this. And we hadn't really seen that before. Like that's how I felt his character arc was happening.
No, I totally agree with that because there's that one he's smoking throughout like the whole beginning of the manga. He's smoking in the office and they like, you can't smoke in the office, it's bad habit. And Shima always remarks that he hates the smell and stuff like that. And then there's that one point where he says, okay, I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna do it. And then he hands him that cigarette box that says forbidden on it and says, if I want cigarettes, I have to come to you to get them. And I thought that was just really touching and sweet.
I did think it was hilarious though that when they finally got back together, he was like, "You just bought cigarettes. Like you literally just went out and bought new cigarettes. So like this whole thing was pointless." He was like, "No, I didn't actually smoke one. I just bought it, but I didn't smoke them. I swear."
Something that when you brought up the dramatic backstory and how you didn't think that like was resolved. What I liked about that was. The reason I felt that was introduced was it showed the difference between how Togawa and Shima, like dealt with their past. Because Shima had the very traumatic experience of having somebody he loved suddenly like become a very abusive and dismissive of him, whereas Togawa had like lost his entire family in very horrible way, whereas Shima is really stuck not only in his past but also in Togawa's after he hears about it, whereas Togawa is evolving and changing towards that isn't like that past isn't what I need, you're the one forcing that onto me, whereas what is really important to me now is my current feelings for you and like this relationship. So that's what I thought the introduction of that was to like kind of show that difference in how they deal with things and to show how like Togawa feelings change.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
I do think it's interesting that it seems like overall the majority of people prefer the side story to the main story, and I'm trying to figure out why that is. I felt kind of the same about both of them.
I like both of them the same. I think they're so different they're very different relationships.
You know what's something that I like about it is that we have what's the name of Megane-kun, the guy with the glasses.
Onoda?
Onoda.
Yeah.
I liked that he had a crush on this guy who was totally taken and was like part of the first story. Like he's like, I was like totally off limits, but I have feelings for this person. I realize it's totally off limits, but like it's just there, it's out there, and that wound up being the catalyst for his actual relationship. Like I feel like typically if you're gonna if they do the whole thing where it's like, here's the main couple, but then these other two people might bang in a bonus story, I don't know. A lot of times it's like, okay, these two people are together and now they are a beautiful, magical, perfect single being that no one touches and they're just happy forever. And they like float off into the sunset and nobody else messes with them. And I liked that even though nothing happened there, I liked that Onoda was like, but he's cute though, right? Like he's kind of cute, right? Like he's cute, right?
Yeah, and I liked that Deguchi came in and seeing him be like, oh hey, maybe I have a chance because Onoda has a crush on this other guy, and then just watching their relationship evolve. I thought like I said, they were so different, but I really liked the dynamic between both like different relationships, and I thought the chemistry was different but also really good in both relationships.
Personally, I prefer the original story. I just really enjoyed seeing their chemistry, and I think because I've read pretty much every manga by that mangaka. She's amazing.
She's so good.
Oh, I love her so much. And what I really like about her is that she knows that there's sometimes where you don't need to talk, you know, you can show off the tension of a scene just by focusing on, you know, the way that they're maybe looking at each other or not looking at each other, or just the body language in general. I really, really enjoy that about her. And I think it just made me root for them all the more, because I'm like, oh, but they do like each other. Get together. Be happy, please.
Yeah.
I like that about her.
I liked that both relationships had a person in them that is like openly gay. Like I thought that was kind of rare too. A lot of times, for those of you who don't read a lot of yaoi, a lot of times it's like two people who are like, I don't bone dudes, and then they meet eyes and they're like, but I might bone you. I don't know. Like that's
so
that's
true.
like normally how it goes.
Yeah.
So I liked. Sorry, go for it, Lou.
Oh no, sorry. You finish. I can segue into something else off of what you're saying.
Okay. All I was gonna say was I liked that we had Shiwa, who was like super shy, quiet dude, but like he's gay. He knows that he's gay. He's had boyfriends before. Like it wasn't this weird story of, you know, like the guy who does whatever he wants and the sweet innocent dude who's not gay, but like maybe, and I don't know. I thought,
why does my heart feel this way?
but my heart
understand.
flutters every time I look at him.
Oh,
One thing that I did like is, well, two things. One, the fact that they're adults, and very much throughout the story, they're like, no, we're adults here. They even make reference to the, I think it was in a side story where, was it Deguchi? Or whatever his name, saying, "Oh, you shouldn't. Yeah, you shouldn't." It's like, what are you doing, falling in love with a straight guy? You should know better. This isn't high school.
Yeah.
So showing, you know, all right, they're at an age where they both have experience.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I like that. Like it set them as adults, which gave a little bit more validity to what they were doing in their relationships.
Yeah. I also like that Shiwa was called out for crying all the time, because that's another trope that happens constantly where there's like one dude who's just constantly crying, and I was like, Shiwa, you're crying a lot. Like you're the crying trope right now. And then at the very end of the whole thing, he was like, you're kind of a crybaby, huh? And I was like, he's crying a lot.
He cries like
Not
so
that there's
often.
a problem with dudes crying.
No.
But like that's just a very common trope that's normally not pointed out at all.
It's nice to see, like, so I would just be like, yo, you cry baby. Shima, you cry baby. I'm trying to think about what to talk about. Who were your guys' favorite characters? Like, from just all of them. Did you guys have a favorite at all?
I really like Shima just because, you know, he is that shy, but I think his character arc and how he came from a place of, you know, the fact that his previous boyfriend said, I wish I had never met you, you know, like, I love you, but I wish I never met you. Yeah. And that's like a terrifying thing to say to someone. Like, imagine if someone said that to you, I would be like, messed up for ages.
Yeah, right?
And then later on he, you know, develops this relationship with his boss, and then he says to him, no, I am so lucky to have met you. And how Shima just cries right there, and that just meant a lot to me. I don't know, I think it was very, very subtle, but I think it was really well written, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And well foreshadowed.
Yeah,
so Shima.
Yeah, I love Shima. Yeah.
Can we talk about the fact that, like, never once? Okay, so the big issue, right? The, like, culmination of their argument over whether or not they could be together was Shima being like, I can't have babies. And I was like, adopt, you could adopt, you could adopt a child, you could adopt kids. And they're both like, I mean, I guess we just will never be able to have kids. And I was like, you can adopt? What? I don't understand.
Yeah.
I was so confused that was never brought up as an option when family was such a big part of it. And I don't know if it's a cultural thing, like if an adoption agency wouldn't let a gay couple adopt in Japan. I don't know. I was confused.
It's weird because technically in Japan, if you want to, like, the cheat way to get married to someone is that you adopt them into your family.
Oh, yeah.
So, and then I think that I read something about how it is harder if there's not, like, a woman in the house. It's not that they won't let you adopt, but there's that, it's not that they're prejudiced against gay couples necessarily, but they just think that there should be some kind of
a mother.
Like, presence. Yeah.
Interesting.
So, although news out of Japan is that they're finally issuing same-sex certificates in certain sports.
The first lesbian couple got married.
Yeah.
Yay.
So congratulations, Japan.
Yeah, Japan.
But yeah, so I think that's why it is just a little bit harder.
Yeah.
To adopt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like probably. And when was this written? This was written in like 2006 or something like that. And all caps is on. That's fine.
Yep. Good.
2008.
2008. Yeah. So this was written like a few years ago, not super long ago, but in terms of how things progress, like
7 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
7. Yes.
It's a bit of
Oh
time.
no, Lou, you're frozen. I think.
Am I?
Yes, you. Oh no, you're not anymore.
You're back.
You're back.
Okay.
What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. I just don't remember. Oh, that was something that, like, the first time I read it, Shima's whole, no, you can't be with me, because I'm a man and I can't give you this family that you lost before. The first time I read it, I was like, Shima, just you're being a little baby. Stop it. Like, he obviously loves you. And then the second time I read it, I was like, okay, Shima, you obviously got messed up. I understand why. Like, you are feeling these things. But like I was saying earlier about Togawa's feelings, like, after rereading it, watching his feelings evolve, I really liked it because I thought that it was so genuine and realistic how it happened. Like, he even says, yeah, sure, at the start it was just sex, but I've really come to love you. And then watching him get so emotional and angry when Shima keeps denying his feelings was something I really appreciated, where he's like, you can feel what you feel, but you have no right to tell me how I feel about you.
Yeah.
That was something I don't know, out of, like, a romance story, that's something that I just really liked because he didn't try to back down from it. He was just straight up honest. And, like, you don't get that in a lot of, like, romance stories. It's always very coy or just, I don't know, not laid out like that in a way that says that.
I was so worried when Shima finally called him up and they met and Togawa was all, like, pissed and like, what do you want? Like, whatever you gotta say, let's just say it. And when he was confessing and like, no, let's do this. I want to be with you. I was like, I swear to God, if he says all of this and then Togawa was like, too bad I have another boyfriend. And then they like start into a whole new goddamn drama, I was gonna be so angry.
Oh.
I was so glad that he was like,
I would have loved the shit out of that.
No.
Sweet, sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams. There was too much closure for Lou. Certain parts.
That was the problem. Way too much closure.
Let's talk about the second story a little bit more. It was definitely there was a very different kind of drama. There wasn't nearly as much my past has defined me like this drama. It was more in the moment, like between them and like somebody entering into a gay relationship. There was very different kinds of feelings going on there. It was like growing from, because those two were really good friends before. Yeah. Whereas the first couple, they meet and then they bang and fall in love. So the second couple, they were really good friends, and one has had a huge crush on the other, but thought it was impossible.
For 3 years. I was like, dog, you're committed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so,
yeah, but at least, sorry for cutting you off, Erin, but at least it wasn't like he was celibate for those 3 years.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, no, I'm not waiting. Too. I'm gonna.
Yeah, he was like, we're not in a relationship. Like, of course I've been dating other people. Like, come on.
Yeah, and Onoda just got, like, he was trying to understand, because I think that's a real thing a lot of people feel. They're like, wait, I know we weren't dating, but you banged other people, and that really upsets me. But I don't, like, even though I know it's okay, I'm just, like, this feeling.
I liked that he said that, too. Like, that he got on the train and was like, my brain knows that there's nothing wrong with that, and that, like, that's to be expected, but the rest of my body feels like a kindergartner. Like, I'm just so angry about it. I was like, that's so real. Like, when your brain is like, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, and the rest of you is like, it's not fine, it's not fine. Yeah.
But I also appreciate about both of the stories is, again, I love this mangaka. She doesn't use most of the yaoi tropes, like the rampant sexual abuse and stuff like that. Like, they're both willing participants.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that a lot. I also how, like, when they're doing it, like, he's like, yeah, technically I'm straight, but I like you. And I think sometimes that's done kind of tastelessly in other manga. Yeah. So I like that.
Yeah, I thought it was a lot more tasteful here. I don't know. It's always like, they don't, sometimes it feels like they insert that just to be like, I don't know, just to insert it.
Just
like,
for drama?
Just for drama, to be like,
I
am definitely straight, but I like you. Like, it's just, sometimes
I think
like,
some people think that's really sweet.
Really, I think it could be unspoken and be just the same, I think.
Yeah.
But that's just me. Let's talk about the sex scenes. Lou, Dodger, I know you're disappointed with lack of dicks.
Not nearly enough ding-dongs.
But let's still talk about them. What guys' feelings on the sex scenes other than no dicks?
Honestly, they felt too quick.
They were very quick.
Like they needed to be drawn out a little bit more, like the sex scenes in a manga that we read not too long ago.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what you're talking about.
It felt like there was lots of emotion to to it.
Yeah.
You wanted at least one of those.
Exactly, and they did it.
Me too.
They blue balled me on that one.
I'm trying to remember which manga you guys are talking.
We can't tell you because it'll spoil.
Put it in chat. Oh, unless it spoils it for Sarah.
No, that's fine. I don't mind.
I agree. They were very, very quick. And I think, I don't know, for me, they felt very quick, but there was also a little... Oh, yeah.
I'm glad we were on the same page.
Like, you both said that at the exact same time. Yeah, okay, I get you. Yeah, but there was, like, quite a few of them that I thought were really sweet. From, like, there was the one where they were breaking up was not very sweet. And, like, I felt like you got different emotions from each sex scene, so they felt very purposeful. It wasn't just, like, straight up smut. Like, the first one was them learning each other, and then we had like different emotions with each one. The one where they broke up was very dramatic and harsh, and you could just feel the pain coming from both of them. And then the very last one, before like the extra stuff, the very last one felt very tender and like making up and very sweet. And that's so I really appreciated that each one had a purpose.
Yeah. I liked I don't know if any of you guys read the mangaka notes, but I liked that after the second story, there was like a big note where she was like,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she was like, my first story was not very sweet, and I wanted this one to be really sweet, so get over it, guys. No sex scenes.
She's like, it was way too dramatic.
Yeah, it was really dramatic and really sad, and I just wanted this one to be sweet and cute, okay?
I just thought in the final chapter where they get back together and Togawa was like, I thought it was impossible, and they were doing like the head touching. I was like, this is so adorable and feelsy. I don't know.
Aaron
It got me.
Full Fujoshi.
And then I just went, I felt it.
See, the thing is that I really appreciated the sex scenes because they didn't have dicks. I know that's like seems counterintuitive to yaoi. I'm just saying. I appreciated that they were very much more subdued, and you really didn't. You knew what was happening, but it just wasn't. I think it made the emotions that Aaron was talking about a lot more strong, and I think that if they had shown some of the more, lewd bits, it wouldn't have felt as genuine.
Yeah.
Her other manga, she does. So it's not that she doesn't ever not draw dicks, but I think that I appreciated her knowing when to use them and when not to use them.
Right, with great power comes great responsibility. You can draw a good dick, you have to know when it's
the power
right
of dongs. Somebody in chat, Sneaky D, very fitting. Sneaky D goes, every dong needs a purpose.
It's true.
It's very true. Let's talk about art. What are you guys' feelings about the art?
I didn't like it.
I'm surprised that you didn't like it, Lou. I thought it was
I love it.
I'm going to show you guys the panel.
Oh god,
Is it
I
gonna
know
be the
which
one
one.
you
Is
guys
it the
said?
one
One
you
panel
sent
out
us?
of context. He's got one panel out of
Wait,
context.
there.
Out of
Dude
context
he has
panel.
Ninja Turtle hands. Look at that. And it looks like
That's
he's holding
one
giant
panel.
Okay,
It's a phone.
see, aside aside from that hand, for the most part, she did very good wrists and hands.
Yeah.
And they weren't gigantic.
No,
They weren't yaoi
where-
hands.
Yes.
There
They
was
were not
one
yaoi
where he was carrying him. I forget in which story it happened, where someone was carrying. I think it was in a second story where someone was carrying the other person home.
Yeah, the piggyback ride. Ah!
Piggyback ride.
That was cute.
The hands were jank as hell. Like, honestly, like if you look carefully at it, it's like half of the guy's ass into the thigh. It looked like ridiculous.
Can I also just say that so often in manga, they draw piggybacks where the person on the back just has their feet straight out.
Yeah, bend
And I'm
your
like,
legs,
that does
dummies.
not help with balance. I don't understand. Why would you stick your feet straight out like that?
See,
So
Lou,
cute.
I'm gonna send you this image, and then I'm gonna put it in the YouTube stream. And that right there, that's yaoi art to me. Like when I think of yaoi art, this is what I think of. So
Yep, there it is. There it is.
That would have been okay. That would have been okay.
Hang on, allow me to put this in the YouTube
Clamp,
chat.
but worse.
Oh
Just
my
like
God.
shoulders out to here,
No,
hands bigger than your head. It's just so good.
Oh damn, it's not letting me put it in the chat because it's a link.
Put a space somewhere in there.
Okay.
But anyways, for the most part, the art was pretty good. I did have a lot of problems with it, like very specific instances out of context, where it really stood out to me and took me out of the moment.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay. I didn't think it was anything special.
I don't think it's like, in terms of detail, there's definitely like a lot that could be improved on, but I don't know, I thought it was very charming. I thought the art was very charming, and I liked the style of it because it felt different without feeling like sketchy or immature. I don't know if immature is the right word for that. amateur. That's right. Amateur.
An immature amateur.
Immature amateur. I really liked a lot of her pacing of the art. Like, the one scene that really sticks out to me is the first time they kiss in the first story, where it's like I don't know, it's a very, God, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I just really like that first kiss scene and like the art in it and like their positions and everything. I don't know. I'm tired.
Yeah.
There you go. Words.
I liked the art. I don't know how to explain why I liked the art. I just thought it was clean. I don't know. I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Words.
Because I guess I do think genuinely the art is really good, but also just because I've read so many yaoi, I am also comparing it to all the other yaoi. So in comparison, it just seems that much better.
All right.
It's true.
All right. You know what? Now that you say that, I have been reading One Punch Man lately. So that's that, and I've also been reading Bachman lately. So my standard for art.
I was gonna say
like
your art standards are through the roof
way
right
too
now.
high. Man, the One Punch Man mangaka could draw yaoi.
Ugh,
Be
it would be the
hardcore.
most.
So good.
It would be the yaoi would be way too epic. Let's be honest. You'd be like, I just need to throw an explosion in there somewhere.
But
It would be
the
One
best.
Thrust Man.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Someone make it.
Yeah.
Someone
oh
do
my
it.
God.
Someone fan art it, and I will
Please.
love you forever.
Please.
God,
do.
it's just all I want in the world. One thrust man.
One
Christ.
thrust, man.
One thrust.
One and done. Same opening.
Yep.
Just one thrust.
One thrust. All right, let's wrap up and give our final thoughts and feelings. Unless anybody else has anything they would like to touch on. Anything?
No.
Scenes or
Yeah, I
anything?
think it's pretty much covered it.
Good. We did good.
Yeah.
Okay. Thoughts? Final thoughts? Yeah, Doctor.
All I was gonna say was apparently Lou and I are in agreement. Next Yuri pod and next Yaoi pod, we have to take it to the next level.
I'm down.
We go into
Let's
deep
do
side
it.
of the pool.
Let's
Yeah,
do
we
it.
need to
Yay.
go. We need to NC-17 this shit.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, great.
Hi.
Sup?
Sup? We're just
Oh,
wrapping up.
I
You want me
wanted to throw out that I made it a point to read all of this at work.
Hi.
Piece of shit.
Ooh.
Look at this thing.
Hi.
Hi.
We made that.
Oh,
Caitlin,
you're so cute. Hey, what's going on the screen, huh? We're talking about yaoi. You don't know what that means.
What?
Mm.
Hey! 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 What?
We already established that there's no dicks. That was beautiful.
She's gone.
Oh my god.
The panic was so real.
He was like, no!
Get her out of there.
Shield the child!
Oh, she's crying now. She's
Aw.
so upset.
She wants to participate in the discussion.
Yeah, she's like, wait, but
Wait!
I'm a Fujoshi in training, not really.
I
That
am your
would be-
Wea baby.
that would be the worst onesie.
No. Just get a onesie and then like have
Write
just a
it on the
yaoi
sheet.
hand on it.
Oh my god.
That would be so funny.
David would like immediately disown me. He'd be like, taking the baby. We're gone.
I'm out of here.
All right, final thoughts and ratings. Lou, you were talking.
No, I'm good.
I'm good.
Nah.
So I'm done.
All
I'm
right,
done talking about
all right.
It's them their yaoi.
All right, I'm gonna give it a 5, which I feel the first half honestly was like a 3 for me.
Mhm.
The second half really did a lot to pick it up, so it evens out to a 5. Like I said, I wasn't really blown away by the art. I may have been influenced by what I have been reading as of late, as to why I didn't really appreciate the art all that much. And what we're reading next week isn't gonna drop my standard anytime soon. I'll just say that much.
That's true.
So yeah, 5 out of 10. Needed more dick.
5 out of 10 needed more dick.
Needed more dick.
That's understandable. I can go. I don't know. This is one of my favorite love stories. Both of these, I really enjoy them as like not just a yaoi, but as a love manga. I really appreciated the length. I thought the pacing was good. I really liked the writing. Every time that I've read it, and more times I go back and read it, I appreciate it more. I love the art. And I just thought it was really, really well done. And so I'm going to give it, I think I'll give it an 8.69. That's what I'll give it.
Emphasis on a 6.9, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey!
I see what
Yeah,
you did
Lou.
there.
Lou, you know where I'm at. Do it.
Okay.
Just do it.
Okay. All right. I really enjoyed it. I thought that it was good. Was it one of my like favorites? No. But I liked the story. I liked the characters. I liked the art. So I'm gonna give it a 7, I think. I was trying to decide between a 7 and a 7.5, but I think I'll give it a 7. I thought it was pretty good. I think people who want to read something sweet that has a couple cool banging scenes in it, feel free to read it. I don't know. I liked it.
Awesome.
For me, I would probably give this a 9 out of 10 because I really enjoyed the art. I really enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed their story. I loved seeing them, fall in love. And that's pretty much all I wanted out of this manga. And that's exactly what I got. So, yeah.
Solid.
Together.
Awesome. Well, there you go. We almost all recommend this manga. But I think, yeah, this was a really good discussion, though. I really liked it. So definitely, if you're looking for some yaoi or a love story, you should go and check it out. I'm going to go ahead and read the description for the manga that we're reading next week, and everybody gets to guess it in the chat.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my. Growing up in 17th century Sengoku-era Japan, Shinmen Tazu is shunned by the local villagers as a devil child due to his wild and violent nature. Running away from home with a fellow boy at age 17, Takezo joins the Toyotomi army to fight the Tokugawa clan at the Battle of Sekigahara. God damn it. However, the Tokugawa win a crushing victory, leading to nearly 300 years of shogunate rule. Takezo and his friend manage to survive the battle and afterwards swear to do great things with their lives. But after their paths separate, Takezo becomes a wanted criminal and must change his name and his nature. Am I just spoiling everything right now?
Maybe.
This description just sounds very spoilery.
Yeah, it does. Listen, there you go.
Awesome sword fights. That's your description.
I'm gonna be honest. You said runs away with his friend, and I was like, Yowie!
Yowie! We're actually doing Yowie Pod every week. This has now become Yowie Pod.
Completely renamed the show.
Yep, they got it. They got it. In chat, we are reading Vagabond, which has been requested lots and lots, and so we're definitely going to be reading it next week. Volumes 1 through 3, chapters 1 through 31. So please go and read that and join us for next week. Yeah, there you go. Woot! I'm Aaron of Happily Aaron. Shout out our stuff. Bye. We're gonna say bye. Okay. I'm Aaron of Happily Aaron. You can find me on youtube.com/happily Aaron. I talk anime and manga and weeb shit. Twitter weeb shit, baby shit,
yep.
Lots of baby pictures, lots of weeb pictures. Okay. Happily Aaron all across everything. Thanks.
I'm Dodger. You can find me on Press Start to Continue on YouTube. I do visual novels and dating sims and a weekly show about the games industry. I'm actually about to leave tomorrow, and I'll be gone for like a week and a half, so content will be a little bit slim, but it'll be there. And you can find me on all the social medias at DexBonus, DEXBONUS.
Okay. My name is Lou, and I'm from Lou Talks Anime. You can find me at youtube.com/Lou Talks Anime now, where I talk about weeb trash. And recently I did an unboxing of a mystery box that Crunchyroll put out. So that was fun, and that came out last night. I also do random videos, first impressions, reviews, just whatever I really feel motivated to doing. I just kind of do. I really have no structure to my channel. I've been collaborating a lot with a lot of other people in the community. So just check my Twitter and you'll see links for that stuff. A few videos coming out over the next couple weeks. Speaking of my Twitter, that's at Lou Talks Anime now, or no, at Lou Talks Anime. Instagram, Lou Talks Anime, AskFM, Lou Talks Anime. And yeah, that's all my stuff.
So I am Sarah, also known as 42Believer. I'm pretty much 42Believer everywhere. Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook, all that jazz. So just Google 42Believer because I'm the only one who shows up. There you go.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us this week, Sarah. You'll have to for sure come
Thank
back
you, Sarah.
next hardcore yaoi pod. You
Hell
will be
yeah,
here.
you know I'll be there.
We'll have to figure some out. Y'all in chat, just send us your really hardcore weird yaoi.
Oh wait.
Otherwise,
hold on.
you could-
Sorry,
I got you
have
covered.
I have to say this. Anime lover JJ asking if there was yaoi in that in mystery box. No, but I did receive a manga mystery box that I did not unbox that was filled with Shonen Ai.
Yeah.
So I have 30 volumes of Shonen Ai just sitting
Shonen Ai
here.
is cute.
30?
Jesus.
Man.
Anybody wants them? Hit me up on Twitter. Let's talk.
Huh? What?
What? Yeah, I mean,
Huh?
Okay.
what?
We'll talk after this.
Awesome. Thank you all so much for watching both on Twitch and on YouTube. We hope you're having a fantastic day. If you would like to find more MangaPod, you can go to our subreddit, reddit.com/r/MangaPod. We have a recommendation thread where you can recommend manga for us to read in the future, as well as our schedule for all upcoming weeks. We'll be here same time, same place next read Vagabond.
Yay! Kill it!
Hey.
Yay!
Thanks for having me on.
Yay! Bye!
Bye.